He knew he'd win. If Prometheus knows everything that's going to happen, then he must know I'm not giving up. You're always here for me.
So what's the deal with the horned guy anyway? Saw him and Nemesis chatting like they were an item or something. It was weird.
They're siblings, Dora. The horned one is Lord Moros, emissary of the Three Fates, our distinguished guest and a valuable ally.
Yeah, looks like we really put him up in style.
I shall return!
You're back.
There's something new here.
In my weakest moments, I used to envy Prometheus, even knowing his plight. For he was loved by mortals, having given them the gift of fire from Olympus. I, on the other hand, was hated. It should not have mattered to me, but it did.
Come on, Lord Moros. What mortals think of us is of no consequence. Even if it were, better to be hated than a traitor. Prometheus thinks only of mortals and himself. I'm surprised Kronos would entrust anything to him.
Although I said I didn't wish to speculate, I cannot shake the sense that Kronos values him because so many mortals do. The new golden age he seeks to bring about. An age for mortals, not for gods.
Doubtless all the mortals' problems would be solved. Vengeance for my father.
Hi. You really want to know the way things used to be, Trouble? Think about everything that gets you to come out of your tent night after night. Gets you fired up. What comes to mind?
Sure. Those I care about are counting on me. And I wish to learn. To grow strong in body, mind, and spirit.
Inspiring. Now imagine having everything you want. So you're left wanting nothing at all.
No, I can't imagine that. So everyone besides you was self-indulgent and unmotivated. But now the roles are reversed, I suppose.
You don't get it. Fine.
There you are. The fire thief Prometheus insists on barring your path toward the mountain summit still. What nonsense has he filled your head with recently?
He seems to bear a deep sense of responsibility and guilt for mortal kind. I'm concerned he aims to spread dissension in our ranks. Some shades who serve our cause must harbor sympathies.
It sounds to me as though you are beginning to harbor such sympathies yourself. Do not be deceived by his lofty claims. He sided with our enemy and made that clear.
Yes, understood. I've had these in my head for long enough. Good evening, broker. Fair trade. May all the travel shrines of swift Lord Hermes re-emerge. So mote it be. Perfect condition.
Got yet another Titan up against us, huh? Prometheus. One of the smart ones, so they say. And now, an enemy. Could have been on our side had your family not... you know.
Yes, the whole chain him to a mountain so an eagle could eat his regenerating liver for eons thing. Not one of the proudest moments on Olympus, I have to imagine.
Come ask me whether he deserves his vengeance if ever you want to feel any worse about that whole mess.
Watch with the treason, Nem. I thought I saw some movement by the fishing pier. A thorough investigation is probably in order, right?
Either that or rot here standing guard, right? Know what? Fine. I'll bite. Doubt anything else will. To have been born a fish. A life spent mucking about in the river of lamentation, only to be plucked out by you. What did they do to deserve this?
Shouldn't you be the one to know the answer to that? Perhaps it's the will of the fates that determines how we're born. Then you ensure we get our dues based on the choices that we make.
Be a lot easier if everyone was born on equal footing. But no one in my family thinks life's meant to be fair, other than me.
How can life possibly be fair, knowing there are creatures of all sorts, such as those dwelling in these waters?
We'd have to put a bit more structure into who decides how mortals are born, or how their souls come back to life. Topic for a different time. Think I saw a bit of movement over there. Make it a fair fight. See one down there. Caught one. Fair catch. Gave them a fair shot, didn't we? Real battle of wits back there.
Odysseus out checking on reports. Thank you for growing here. The snake reed. You'll grow up in no time. Take care, Father. Trade you. Don't have the bones. I should be able to increase my grasp. Show me your true strength.
Yeah, making it happen. Welcome our new recruit, straight from the Rift at Thessaly. While I do not wish to insinuate you're some kind of slacker, nonetheless, I can't help but observe it's been more than a few nights since last you vanquished me, young one.
I thought my training here was more or less complete, Commander. All the nocturnal arms are at my disposal, and I know them well. Am I to keep reducing you to dust?
Well, the choice is ultimately yours, of course, but lest you forget, there's always more for you to learn, and only one way to learn it.
By hitting you repeatedly.
And often. Now, come on! Sure that's not walking stick? so dark. I have returned.
You made it from Olympus all this way. Each time I head toward Olympus, I defy the fates themselves. May need to take new vows. No need for recklessness.
The oath can wait.
Through Aphira. My staff. Just another night on the town. Out of my sight.
Kronos warrants every bit of justice you dispensed and more, my niece. I was already angry with him after everything he'd done, and that was prior to my realizing that he'd unleashed terrifying Typhon on us all.
Time to break through again. Cutthroats.
Good evening.
Moonlight guy. Sorry. Habit.
The Titans never stood together even when the gods and Kronos first fought long ago. Prometheus. He stood with Zeus back then, but now his purposes are crossed with ours. Another enemy of my own kind. Total eclipse.
A centaur heart.
Observe.
Hades. A wave of power. Ash for my arcana. Let's get the lay of the land. One remains.
At least the family knows about you now. Always wanted to say, message to Olympus, Persephone and Hades had another kid, and she's all right. But Heck knew we had to wait, and she knows a lot, so my lips were sealed.
How many of these do they have?
In all my rancor, I never thought Kronos completely mad. But what else could have driven him to use the father of all monsters as a weapon? Typhon heeds no master. The destruction of Olympus shall not sate his appetites.
The barrier's almost down. One pylon left. Hear me, on my authority. What's left of Ephira? More lovers.
something.
Barrier destroyed.
Well, well. Were you expecting someone far less beautiful, or did you somehow know it was me? Perhaps you could hear my heart beating all the way from where you are.
It is indeed.
You're no sheep. The dead, they talk sometimes, or try. Nothing better to do around here. Know what they're going on about? I couldn't make it out at first, but sounds an awful lot like Prometheus.
The Titan of Foresight, and one of your allies in case you've not met, for apparently you serve the same master. What have the wretched dead to say about the likes of him?
Mostly just moans and groans. Might be they're hungry like me. Cause if Prometheus really made off with fire from the gods like I'm hearing, he probably knows how to cook.
Lost sheep. That'll show him. I see it.
Unfortunate livestock residing with the ravenous Cyclops seem to be unaware of the conditions under which they graze about and wander. Not exactly lost. At least, not yet.
The one they have to guide them is asleep. Which one would help? Now then. Such a strange and awful fleet that Kronos has. Here, girl. Ran off. Lord Hermes. Steady now. Straightforward. You're going to let me pass. Don't get in my way. Hear me, on my authority. Wow. My Chaos Boon just changed. There it is. Lord Charon's ship.
This is for you.
Now to set a course. the line.
Now, distant shores upon which proudly rests the mountain of the gods have suddenly grown near, and the black flagship is prepared to send the princess there.
The coast is dead ahead.
My niece!
May moonlight guide you. One last stop. You.
Wait, so Prometheus is supposed to be in charge where the real action is? Thought he was busy getting pegged to the brink of death over and over by some bird.
I can attest he and that bird have come to terms. Come on, have pity on me, Eris. I have to deal with fire and feathers here and again at the top of Olympus.
That is a pretty good appeal, babe. But unfortunately for you, I don't have a heart. So come on, here comes your first helping of fire and feathers for the night.
Some mood lighting.
Neat trick. Want some? We just want to be friends.
How about this?
How's this? Open wide. I'll be right with you. No, you don't. I'm just gonna fly back.
She started it. Made it. together, we can all prevail. Skyward. You dare.
Now, Sunshine. So close to us, though I am painfully aware the worst is yet to come as you press on. Fortunately, I have the best for you right here.
A sudden surge. On the hook. Another pillar top. A gift.
Manifest your desire. There at last.
The elements escape. Feels even sturdier. Soon you shall be afraid of me, Draken. blast. In the name of Hades. You with me, Homer?
All is quiet once again, for now.
I never get accustomed to this light. Satyrs. A shrine to Lord Hermes. I can't.
We are as one big family upon Olympus, and we pride and celebrate our differences. So many varying perspectives to account for at all times. Although Poseidon here, we always manage to see eye to eye, don't we?
That we do, most certainly, brother. I'll always right away, and there are some occasions when I might decide elsewise if it was solely up to me, but even still, you always have your head up in the clouds where smart ideas form.
Electric. The spirits of the dead. Good. Hermes must be in the area. Looking forward to this. Do it. Olympus, I accept this message. charge.
That's quite enough. Conserve your strength. At last.
Lady Athena.
Beware ahead. The Titan Prometheus is able to elude me, knowing that I'm focused on his vanguard forces, but he'll have no choice but to confront you if you press on.
He's the Titan of Foresight. He knows exactly what we're planning, doesn't he? And can retaliate accordingly.
He knows what is to come to some extent, yes, but he can only see outcomes, not read minds. And just because he knows you're coming doesn't mean he can stop you.
Awakened.
To greater victory.
This was stolen from us. Now to the matter at hand. More automatons. Olympus, I accept this message. The rush of air.
Reagent located.
A brief word. It may have taken all your godly relatives, but they were able to resist the monster Typhon's wrath, despite the blunders that you made. Yet now you hurry back.
I realize this must be complicated for you, as someone whose loyalties are mostly to an eagle, but I am not about to let that thing destroy everything my family built.
You ought to choose your loyalties with greater care, not let them be decided by birthright. Well then, come on. You have a summit and a family to protect. Run. enough. Phoenix Flame. You saw the coming flames. Legions of the Titan Lord. Shall occur as easily as I.
Always a pattern.
Conflagration. You see, this was to be my future.
Survived all that. For me.
Not even the intense heat rising from the mountain's central hearth can entirely dispel the chill here in the air. A gathering storm, not wrought by gods, but something else.
Something friendly? The tooth. There's my order.
Greetings to you.
Very well. Well worthwhile. Next floor. That broodling again. There's a stench. I know so little still of matters of the heart. There's surely so much I could learn from you, Lady Aphrodite. I'm honored to have met.
Oh, sweetness, the honor is all mine. For matters of the heart, the key is openness. So you're well on your way towards the understanding you desire.
Olympus, I accept this message. Closer to the top. Lost. Reveal yourself, whoever haunts this shrine. It's no use. Monument cleansed. Greater might. Time for the tale. Drove it back. In the name of Hades.
One of the serpentine tales of Typhon, lord and father of all monster kind. slashed through floor after floor of the fortress behind which the Olympians take shelter from his storm.
He'll tear this fortress apart. What is all this?
Hey! Can't shake the feeling that I failed you here. I was supposed to figure out what Gramps was up to, but I wasn't quick enough. So now you're fighting Typhon face to face.
Lord Hermes, we'll have to go through everything that could have turned out differently once all of this is over. But for now, our present matters seem more urgent than the past.
I know, you're right. It's just I'm starting to accept that all of this is what Gramps wanted to achieve. First capture the three fates so they can't mess with him, then wake up Typhon so he can mess with us. Then take over everything.
You didn't know all the details, but long since figured out Kronos was up to something big. Had you not acted swiftly then, I wouldn't be here now. We wouldn't have this chance.
I prefer guarantees to chances, Em, but hey, you're right. We do the best we can with what we've got. See you.
See you. Hear me, on my authority. Right.
Lend me your strength. Now, young lady, finish this. He's recovered. And fall back to the palace. Fight!